welcome to my channel. I'm Dani Walker. Today's episode is all about makeup for youth pageants. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you know all about the latest episodes on my channel, and also follow me on social media at Dani Walker. And if you are preparing for your next pageant, be sure to click the description below. There is a link to my free pageant prep crash course, and this can help you to get things organized for your next competition. Before we get started, I want to state a little disclosure. Most pageant systems do not allow makeup on contestants 12 and younger. There is a small portion of pageants that do allow natural makeup on younger contestants. This is not as common for natural pageant systems. Glitz pageant systems, like the ones that you see on toddlers and tiaras, are the ones where you see young contestants wearing makeup. I personally do not like makeup on young contestants. I don't like a 5-year-old looking like she's 15, but since some pageants have started allowing contestants to wear a little bit of makeup, I thought that this is a great topic to address. If you agree with me and think that kids don't need makeup for pageants, comment yes down below. I really want to hear from you, and I actually want to hear what are everyone's thoughts about wearing makeup to a youth pageant. If you are a younger contestant, you probably don't have any skin issues just yet, although that's not to say that that doesn't happen. I personally started getting acne in 5th grade, so I have been there. But since most youth contestants have relatively clear skin, you don't need a heavy foundation, and I really would not recommend it. People have different skin. Some are more oily or some are more dry, so it is important to find a foundation that is going to work best with your skin. But in general, you're going to want to look for something that has no SPF so that it's not going to bounce back white on stage or in photos. You'll also want to be looking for something that is a very sheer formula so that you don't look cakey on stage. If you're like me and you started breaking out at a really young age, that's okay, no worries. Even if your pageant system doesn't technically allow you to wear makeup in a younger division, it is pretty common for our younger contestants to use just a little bit of concealer to cover up any blemishes. And then to top everything off, whether we're talking about concealer or foundation, you should just use a translucent powder. This is going to be, once again, really sheer, very light, not over the top, because you really don't need it. Another option, if you just have oily skin but you don't want to wear any foundation, you can also still use that translucent powder just to blot that in any areas where you get a little extra oily. After foundation, the only thing I recommend that you should apply to your face is just a little bit of blush in a pink or a peach tone. I would not advise a deep bronze or to contour a younger contestant's face. It's completely unnecessary and it's not very natural. If you happen to be watching this episode on a mobile device, do me a favor, screenshot it, post it to an Instagram story, and tag me at Dani Walker with your thoughts. Next is mascara. If you are of a darker skin tone, I think it's okay to use a black mascara on your curled eyelashes. If you are a more fair skin tone, then I would really encourage you instead to use a brown color of mascara. That way things are gonna still look as natural as possible. The other thing to mention is eyebrows. This is actually a question I get a lot from my own clients, and that's just, can I fill in my daughter's eyebrows? I think that you can, but the eyebrows of a younger contestant shouldn't look like mine. They don't have to look perfectly shaped and filled in. We should still have a really natural look. So one thing you can try out before your pageant is brow mascara. I really like that because it's natural. It's not gonna fill in a brow completely. It just builds a little bit on those natural fibers, and it can help to fill in a little bit of the color. I've also worked with contestants who have different skin or hair conditions who actually don't have eyebrows. So in that case, they do draw on their eyebrows for a competition. Other contestants with sparse eyebrows, they will lightly fill those in as well. So that's something that you'll need to decide for yourself, dependent on your own personal needs. I personally don't believe that younger contestants need eyeshadow. That's something that I really wouldn't advise. Please, parents, don't put any glitter eyeshadow on your contestants either. I do see that quite a bit for younger age divisions. But if you are someone who does believe in putting eyeshadow on, and that's totally up to you, then please just be sure to keep that extra natural. You don't want to use any crazy colors like blues or greens or purples. You want to keep it more earthy in that brown kind of peachy tones if you are going to use eyeshadow, which still I don't suggest. Last thing I'll mention is lips. I don't believe that younger contestants need lipstick. I think it's fine if you're just gonna add a little bit of a pinkish or a nude or a sheer gloss to finish off that look. Those are all of my tips for makeup for youth pageants. As I stated in the beginning, I personally don't believe it's necessary for younger contestants to wear makeup, but there are some exceptions depending on your pageant system. In addition to makeup, you might have some questions about hair for youth contestants. I created a special episode, which is a tutorial for hairstyles for youth pageant systems, so be sure to check that out right up here if you need some more help with that. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you take advantage of that free pageant prep course. Don't forget that is linked in the description below. Aside from that, thank you all so much for watching this episode. I hope you're subscribed and that you're following me on social media at Dani Walker, and that you come back for more episodes in the future.